go. And this is where we are in case you don't know where we are. There we are. And this is Tory-Christman, aka ToryMagoo 44, at the Big Blue, that a lot of people call it that. It's called the Complex for other people. It's the Scientology gigantic center that's empty. Pretty much empty. What?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
They don't have anything going on. They never do anymore. You know, I've driven from the top of California all the way down to San Diego, and every org that they have, which they now call churches, but they're not, is empty. They have like 3 people in it. Hey, Professor Khan, good to see you. It's funny, we were just asking about you the other night. Where were you? Hey, JB808, hi. Thank you for coming by. Both of you. I appreciate it. And D5 from Melbourne. You were there to check my lights. Thank you. Tori, lovely to see you. Thank you, Lupisha. Lovely to see you too. It's chilly out here, but not too chilly. It's just a little bit. And tonight's Friday night graduation, and they've got it kind of set up, so I think they might have something going. She said to say hi to Drew.
Hi.
There you go. And Peter's somewhere roving around.
He'll come back.
Yeah, he'll be back. Can see your pretty face now. Oh, thank you. And my purple hair. Woo! I just got it re-purpleized. See? Very. Okay, now these are Sea Org guys. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Oh,
No, they
100%.
got the photos.
Yeah.
You guys are Sea Org, right? You can't talk, that's why. That's how we know that you're Sea Org. And you have to zoom by.
You want to film him here?
Huh?
Here. Oh. Yeah, okay.
They are zooming by. Boy, did they get dark when I said that, huh?
I could tell because you can't talk.
I mean, it was unbelievable. You know, it's like a normal person would say, pardon me?
Right.
What are you talking about?
The fact that they completely caught their tongue.
Yeah.
They're just like sitting there like, Not even that, it's just like, they're blank as hell.
You're Sea Org, right?
Like,
I know, because you can't talk.
It's like, hello, good morning. That's funny.
Hi, Kelly.
Oh my God,
Thanks for coming by. Kelly said to say hi.
Hi, Kelly. It's just
He means hi.
very nice.
So that was funny. It really was. These girls were walking by, and I could see from their uniforms they were Sea Org, and they were holding a folder and everything. And so I just nailed them on it and said, you're Sea Org, right? I know, because you can't talk. And they just powered by us. Been laying low in sadness for loss of our 16-year-old beagle. Oh, I'm so sorry, Professor Khan. A vet came to our house to help her pass peacefully in her sleep. Well, that's good. That's good. And how old was she? Really sorry. Yeah, it's so hard to lose animals. I don't know why that is, but I think it's harder than a lot of people. It really is. Don't you think?
What's that?
Losing animals is harder than people?
Oh, some of them, yeah.
I think it's because they have the unconditional love.
Oh, yeah.
And so you get used to that.
Oh, yeah, man.
And then when they're gone, I mean, my neighbors had a heart attack when Elvis died. Remember the guy next door? He was like, he used to come over every night and I'd put my head against his. I knew he went over there all the time. I'd say, you're over at the neighbors. Because I'd give him some food and he'd go like this. That? And I'd say, okay, go to the neighbors then. And he would, he'd take off.
Cats are such hoes. They do what the hell they want.
And became And because they are so innocent and trust us so much. Yeah, that's true. I'm really sorry to hear that, Professor Kakan. Thank you all. True member of our family. Well, she would want you to stay in touch with us. Because you need friends when you go through a big loss like that. I think. That's my opinion, but I think I'm right. Don't you think? Need friends when you go through a big loss?
Yeah. Oh God. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, you feel alone.
Especially animals, because it's a big loss. Thank you all. She was a true member of our family. Aw. Hi, Army. He's dead. He's not as, these guys are saying. Let's check them out. Let's see if they are. Are you guys Scientologists? You are, because you have AOLA. All right.
I got an LOA jacket.
Yeah.
Awesome. he must be able to travel through time. Even though he can't find his car right now.
We super genius. Hey. Yeah, good to see you. Absolutely. 49ers for life. All right. We got the whole gang here. And random princes. Shorts. Are you from the UK? I'm not sure who you mean you. Hey, Peter. Now you can say hi. Here you go. Say hi. Where are you? Wait, I got to change it so that we see you. Wait, stay there. There you go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Big Blue on a Friday night. There's they got graduations going on. It's always a hoot. So today over there, they were taking a picture of a woman who she had her diploma OT5.
Do you want to take this over and show them?
OT5. They just scurried inside
as soon as they saw you.
Yeah. But so we're here.
Good, thank you. Yeah, the last time I went in there, they had done that thing in Clearwater where Bunker and I could we had to be 10 feet from a Scientologist.
Yeah.
And the injunction. And so we came back here, and this guy had a Xenu license plate, and he called me up and he said, let's go to dinner, and we did. And I said, do you want to go to the complex? So we did. And they started 8C'ing him, which means moving his body across the street into AO. And they said, you have to come in. And I said, I can't. Because they said, you're not allowed on any Scientology buildings.
Yeah.
This was in Clearwater, right?
Yeah.
And so I said, I can't. I really can't. And they said, you have to. It's an OT5 graduation, and you have to come in. I said, okay. So we go inside, and it's all the Scientology choir. And I knew they all knew me. And they knew I was declared suppressive. So, just because they knew I'd left.
Yeah.
And so I said hi to him, and we went in and sat down, and I said to the guy I was with, I said, this is going to be very short, believe me. And as soon as the lights went down, the security guy came over and he goes, get up, because you're not allowed in this building. And so we go outside, and we're in the lobby, and he goes, Tony Bazazian. No, first he says, you're not allowed in this building. And I said, okay. So we go outside, and he goes, Tony Bazazian, which is what it said on the injunction.
Tony.
And
Nice.
So I'd always say, that's not my name. And so I said that to him. I said, that's not my name. And he goes, well, I don't care what your name is. You're not allowed in this building. If you come in the building, we're going to arrest you. And I said, well, have a good night. I'm glad that you're really celebrating freedom.
That's funny.
So OT5 is what is the EP of OT5?
It's still more, basically, my friend from Australia explained it to me, because I kind of really just moved on to OT7, because OT7 is solo OT5. And you're handling BTs and clusters, and they can be as far away as Mars. You know what I mean? So imagine how many you could have.
Wow.
And I said to Yachty, who was my auditor, this could go on forever. Let's just finish me off, and I'll go on to solo and do that.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. But the real what he explained to me, Dave Gibbons is his name. He's from Australia. He's a really great guy. And he explained that basically OT3 is the end. But if you don't get the end phenomena at 3, then you have to do OT4. And then you have to do OT5, 6, 7,
Okay,
8.
yeah.
It's basically just a con, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
to keep you going.
Yeah.
So that's all there is. It's just more BTs and clusters.
Okay.
With different, they have a different term or a different question or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's just bullshit. I remember OT7 is 3 parts. Training, part B, and then part C. And I did part B, and it was pretty interesting because it was a lot of the back information you don't know from OT3,
Uh-huh.
which they let us see it, and then they said you're never allowed to see that again. Which is also really out tech for Scientology. So I got to part A, I did that. I did part B. You have to be invited into part B. So I got my invitation, I did it. Now I have to go on to C. And Barry Klein was here on L. Ron Hubbard Way for years, promoting how he was helping people. Peter Roach, who was in the hospital, well, I helped cure him of his broken arm. You know what I mean? I had an OT7 session and now he's better.
Yeah.
Or Drew, or, he'd name all these people that he helped. So I really thought you could heal people with OT7. And OT7 Part B had nothing about healing. So I was like, okay, what's the deal? So everybody said, well, wait till you get to Part C. And Part C was like, let's say Part B is walk over to those doors or walk up to that planter, and Part C is walk up to the doors. It's like, what the hell? This is nothing. And I said, where's the Barry Klein rundown? And the supervisor said, what? And I said, where's the Barry Klein rundown? Barry Klein talks about how he healed all these people on 7. And she goes, okay, you're going to cramming right now, which is correction. And I got up there, and they handed me a piece of paper, and they said, this is LT7. That's all it is. What everyone else makes up it is their business. That doesn't have to do with OT7. Interesting, huh?
So, Hubbard kind of made up a lot of this stuff and ripped things off.
He ripped things off.
Like body thetans, in my opinion, I believe he ripped them off from Hinduism and Buddhism. They're called the tattvas. And it's really, they're inconsequential. It's really just in Hinduism, when you do like a ceremony, you're sort of honoring everything.
Right.
This god, that god, this concept, this god, and you pour milk on it, you chant a little.
No, I get it.
A little thing. And the tattvas are little, like, guardians of all the different parts of your body. Like there's the tattva of your nose, the tattva of your mouth,
I got it.
Your ear, even like your private parts and things like that. So the idea being that there's all these gods or goddesses that are sort of the guarding the door to your body, and you're honoring them.
Right.
You know what else they're doing tonight is twinning. So they were twinning around the corner to where one person was going, okay, look at that windowsill.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
So they're doing a drill.
A drill, yeah.
Yeah. That happens all the time. All right. Your hair looks fabulous. Lots of love and blessings from Australia. Wow, thank you, Philip. Hey, hi, you guys. Don't ever get into Scientology. And I like your dog. It's so nice, though, to have people laugh like that. Because we remember the 3 of us when people would bawl us out. Remember that?
Yeah.
They have a right to their religion.
Right.
Right?
No one thinks that anymore.
Nobody.
Now it's like the minute you say it, there's like a big smile on
Right.
the person's
Right.
face.
People know. It's really great. It's really great. But it's really fun for me to have you 2 here because you both know also.
Yeah.
It's not just me. Because a lot of people online, it's kind of You know, they just know the online stuff. Hey, you're not in Scientology, are you?
No.
Don't ever get in it. It's so cute, huh? No. Oop, just passed you. I drive 55? The magic mermaid just drove by us at 55 miles an hour. Maybe that was her on the motorcycle.
Oh yeah, probably.
Are you on a motorcycle? Let us know, because don't drive that fast
Don't be
on a
Don't
motorcycle.
be in the chat if
Yeah.
you're on a motorcycle.
Huh?
Hey, Kelly and JB. Hey, oh, hey. And Kelly says hi to you too, Peter.
Hi, Kelly.
And Peter says hi back. Whoo, sorry. Oh. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Kelly, for moderating. My schools in the U.S. has too many bullies. Yeah, I'll tell you, my dad taught me about bullies when I was a little kid, because I hung around with my brothers, and my dad said, "Look, you know, most of these kids are cool, but there's a few bullies that are in our town, and I want you to know how to handle them." And I said, "Okay." And he said, "So here's the deal. As long as someone will sit down at the table with you, even if you totally disagree, it's okay. Because, you know, you can talk it out. Hey, hi. But if they won't sit down at the table with you, that's when you know they're bullies, and that's when you know you don't have to waste another minute of your oxygen talking to them." And that's Scientology. That was I was on the data evaluators course in Scientology right before I woke up. And part of it was you have to find the who. And I realized the who was Scientology, because they're bullies. They won't sit down at the table with you. And that's for you, OC. I know you're listening, and you are a bunch of bullies. That's exactly what you are. And you know what? You're kind of feeble, creepy bullies, because you don't have the guts to come out and talk to me. I'm 78 years old, and you can't come out and talk to me and just say hi. I'm not going to say anything confidential to you. I'm just saying come out here and say hello and admit that you're from OSA. Hi, guys. Don't ever join Scientology.
It'll never happen.
Okay, good. You look beautiful, by the way. She's really pretty.
She is.
Yeah.
Pretty girl.
Won't ever happen, she said. My school's in the U.S. and has many bullies. Okay, so anyway, that's one way of figuring it out. If they'll sit down and talk to you, okay. If they won't, move on. You don't need to even spend a minute worrying about it, because that's all they are. And the other thing I learned, and this was I worked in a Scientologist when I was in Scientology, set me up to sell magic pens at Christmas time in a mall. And basically, it was filled with bullies and gang members, big hardcore gang members. And none of the security had bats or spray or anything. They couldn't carry guns, they had nothing. So everybody was terrified in the thing. So I went to the Glendale Galleria, and they didn't have any problem with gang members. So I went to the head of it and I said, "Okay, what's the deal? What do you guys do here that's different than where I am?" Because there's tons of bullies there, and they're stealing my pens, and you know, it's a mess. And he said, "Okay, here's the deal. Bullies only have power and volume. So as long as we only keep them with 2 people. More than 2, they all have to go. And if there's only 2, they're not going to do their shit. That's what happens." I said, "Deal, good." So I went back to the head of my mall, and I said, "Here's the deal, man. You got to get rid of these bullies, because they're ruining your mall, and nobody's having fun. And I'm sitting right next to Santa Claus. And I'm telling you, either get it together, or I'm going to have every single mother stop shopping at your mall." And they got rid of the bullies, and it was a great Christmas. Isn't that fun? Isn't that a good story?
Yes.
That is. It's a great story.
I know. My schools in the U.S. has many bullies. Okay, don't forget to hit the like button. Good thinking, Kelly. And if you haven't subscribed, please do that too. Do you want me to take a picture of you guys, both of
That
you?
would be so awesome.
I do it all the time. I used to be in this for 30 years.
Were you really?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I
can go
escaped
stand
out.
on the steps, take a picture.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube and TikTok and everything.
really?
my God.
So get over there. We get to sign in with you. All right. You can come a little closer if you want.
Yes. You're the director.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, let me take one more. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, here, zoom in a little bit.
Okay, we're going to zoom it in. All right,
There
good.
we
That's
go.
better. There you
There
go.
we
Good. Now you check them out. And just make
Wow.
sure you don't ever get in it.
No.
My name's ToryMagoo 44 on the internet.
Okay.
And it's Tory, not Tori.
What are you guys up to this
Okay.
evening?
Warning people like you not to get in it. They're after younger people.
Are
They
they?
really are. Hardcore. And people who speak 2 languages.
Oh, really?
Oh, they're coming for me.
So there's a lot of Latinos, Latinas, African Americans, people from other countries here.
But it's so ridiculous. How do they convince anyone?
They're really good at doing that.
Yeah.
And that's probably their best forte is getting people suckered in. Because
Yeah.
what it is, I'll tell you in a nutshell.
Yeah.
All of us, everyone that you can see here has what they call buttons.
Right.
It's something you have problems with. It's usually money, career, relationships,
Right.
communication, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Everybody has the same shit.
Yes.
But they find yours and they go, well, you know what? We could help you with that.
Yeah.
And you go, really? And they
Yeah.
go, oh, definitely. Come on inside. And they always see, that's why you never see them. Everyone that I've ever talked to, and I've been out for 25 years.
Yeah.
Every single person on the street says, I don't really know what Scientology is. And I say, that's by design. Because they want to get you in the
Inside.
building and then they can,
Sink the claws.
peer pressure you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's spooky.
It's really spooky. I had, what was her name? What was the TV lady's name that I called? Remember, we sent her my magazine from the New Times LA.
TV personality?
Yeah, she's a comedian that used to be a comedian.
Oh, God dang
She
it.
starts with an R, I think. But anyway.
Not Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, it is Rosie O'Donnell. And they were getting Rosie O'Donnell. Tom Cruise was on it.
Yeah.
And I called my friend who has links to celebrities.
Yeah.
And I said, they're getting her with
Wow.
Tom
Could do
Cruise
it.
or John Travolta. I can't remember. It was one of the two.
Yeah.
And she said, okay, I'm going to send him. Tony Ortega had just done an article on the New Times LA. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was a magazine they used to have, a throwaway
Okay.
magazine.
Right.
And he'd done a whole article on me escaping out.
Yeah.
And so we sent it to Rosie, and then she sent me an email that night saying, Dear Magoo, which is my nickname on the internet,
Yes.
this is Roro. And so I sent her a thing back saying, how do I know you're Roro?
Yeah.
These guys lie all the time. You might be the Church of Scientology.
Oh my God.
So I said, here's my phone number.
Yeah.
If you really are Roro, you call me.
You give me a
And she
call.
called me, we talked for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she called me the next night. She said, I can't thank you enough.
Oh.
Had I not talked to you, I would have
Yeah.
given them $1 million. That's what they wanted. And it was supposed to be a charity. She said it was a huge ballroom with just her and all these guys surrounding her, the Scientologists. So they know how to get to
Get you
people.
in.
They find your button, and then they just and you're not allowed to talk about it to other people, and they build that in right away.
Right.
So
God.
I know it's really spooky. So
Very spooky.
that's why I say to people, don't go in. Some people think, oh, we'll go in for a joke, and I go, it's not a joke, man. These guys
No.
know
Right.
mind control.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it
Yeah.
starts with mind control.
That's insane.
Yeah. My friend Steve Hassan is a cult expert,
Yeah.
and he wrote. Are you guys aren't for Trump, are you?
No,
No.
we're from
Okay,
Canada.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So,
Ah, Canada. My moderator's from Canada.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. No, not Trump. We're
Yeah.
not for
So
him.
he wrote a book, The Cult of Trump.
Okay.
It's really good because it really
Interesting.
tells you, think, how could this happen?
Yeah.
And he really explains with mind control what Trump is actually doing.
Interesting.
You know, shutting off thinking and twisting things around.
Yeah.
And really,
Very mental. Mental.
it's very
game.
mental.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Insane. Yeah,
So it's bad news. So that's why I'm here. You
Yeah,
know,
no,
and-
you're doing good work.
Thank you.
It's I mean, it's intriguing, right? And that's why probably a
That's
lot
the
of
thing.
people go in.
People come in all the time and go, I wonder what it is. And see, they don't tell you.
Yeah.
So
So
what
that's
they
why
want
people
you to
go,
think.
yeah. And then they go, well, you need to buy a book. They're always selling books.
Okay.
Interesting.
And the books are pretty creepy too.
Really?
Right.
Well, some of them are okay, but the one that they sell you is Dianetics.
Yeah.
And I used to train people in Dianetics, and Scientology is like a triangle.
Yeah.
And the highest trained people in Scientology didn't understand Dianetics.
Really.
They'd say, well, I don't really know what X, Y, and Z are. And
Oh.
I'd say, you know this, you're a class 8. You know,
Yeah.
Dianetics is down here, you're
Yeah.
up here. You know,
Wow.
it's like, move along, man.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, it's really spooky. It's a very, you know, they're very anti-psychiatry.
Right.
So I know 17 people myself personally that have unalived themselves.
Yeah, really.
They're young people.
17.
So yeah, so I always tell people when I'm doing this, if you're in the age of 18 to like 26,
Yeah.
just keep living,
Yes.
because it's a very difficult time to live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
And these guys, you know, if you can't go see a therapist or get medicine or
Yeah.
anything like that,
yeah.
you know, if you're going to lose all your friends if you leave,
Yeah. Yeah.
people just think, all right, I'm
Wow.
out of here.
Yeah.
But don't do it.
Wow.
Don't do it.
Don't.
So how'd
do
you
it.
how'd you get out?
Well, it's an interesting story. My auditor, which is like a counselor,
Okay.
Andy was like, I thought my best friend.
Yeah.
And he said, look, the internet has come around. It's the 90s.
Yeah.
And these people on the internet are ruining our church.
Okay.
So first of all, it's not a church. It's just
Yeah.
it's a cult and a business.
Yeah.
But
Totally.
but anyway, they started calling it a church and all this stuff. And he
Yeah.
said, you know, we've got to have somebody help us. And I said, well, what do you need? And he said, just see if you can go and open a phony account, basically. And then they got me to open 10 phony accounts. And his whole intention was to distract off of anything they didn't want Scientology didn't want people to see.
Right.
Right. The other one was divide and conquer, get people to fight amongst each other. Because A, if you're fighting amongst each other,
Yeah.
you're not talking about Scientology.
Yeah. Yeah.
And B, most people leave. They get sick of fighting and they go, you know what, let's go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Gosh.
yeah, it's pretty heavy. So they got me doing that. They were flying me around the country, paying me to
Yeah.
open up these phony accounts. That's how bad it is.
Holy.
And I didn't know that they did this kind of shit. And I said to him, what are you going to do with that? And he said, I'm not going to tell you, because if I tell you, you know, they'll get you in deposition, and you don't want that, Tory. And I said, no, I don't.
I don't want
So, you know, I said, okay, you know,
Yeah.
because I trusted him.
Right.
And so I kept doing it until I grew up in Chicago around
Yeah.
the mafia. And I thought, you know what, these guys are starting to act, because he said on the phone, don't call me Bill. His name was Bill. He said, call me Jack, and I'm going to call you Katie. And I said, why? And he said, because your phone is probably tapped. And,
Wow.
and
Oh
I
my
was like, this
God.
is getting really weird,
Yeah,
right? And they were just getting really
paranoid.
weird. And I thought, you know, Miscavige, who now runs it,
Yeah.
it's not beyond him to hire the mafia. And I grew up around the mafia, and I know you can pay them a certain amount of money and they'll do whatever you want.
Right.
Yeah.
And I thought they could take out some of these critics. And so that's when I thought, I have to go look. And see, they terrorize you so you're too afraid to look on the internet. So they're like, oh, no, you don't want to look on the internet because this is your eternity. And if you look on the internet, it's going to ruin your eternity forever.
Yeah. Oh my
You know, so you're
gosh.
like, okay, I
Okay,
won't look on it. And so I wasn't looking, but finally I thought, I gotta go look.
Yeah.
And thank God, the day that I looked, they had back then, which is probably before you guys were even born, but back then, it was called Alt Religion Scientology, ARS. And it was all linear. So they'd start, you know, L. Ron Hubbard's a liar. And then my friend would come on and say, he wasn't a liar, that's not true. And nobody would say anything. So then he'd come on as Mary, and say, oh, who cares about L. Ron Hubbard? And he just kept coming on until finally a real critic would jump on.
Yeah.
And then he'd go, okay, good, let's go to dinner, you know,
Yeah.
because these guys will be arguing for hours.
Right.
Wow.
I know, so it was really tricky. So I started waking up with that and going,
Piecing it
because the day
together.
that I posted, that I went to look, they had baking recipes, and they were all about how to bake German chocolate cake and cupcakes and all this stuff. And in between it were critics saying, I didn't say that. Scientology is changing my words.
Oh.
I know. And
Oh
so
my
I
gosh.
know.
So you started to piece it together.
Yeah.
And
It's like, did you ever see the Truman Show?
yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly Scientology.
Oh.
And that's what happened to me. I was like Truman. You know what I mean? I was like, wait a minute.
Hold
You know, you start
on.
putting it together.
Oh my god.
And remember, even his girlfriend said, they're going to come here in a minute and get you. And he
Yeah.
was like, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
And then they come over the.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, that's them. They canceled my van. I didn't believe they did this shit. And they canceled my van the day I was going to leave. They were at LAX. The vice president of Scientology was at LAX. They chased me around LAX.
Wow.
I even got on a van. I said, look, if you're going to chase me, you have to carry my luggage. So she's carrying my luggage, and I get on this van because the guys that were helping me said, look, we're going to get you a new ticket, but you have to go to another terminal.
Yeah. What?
And so I get on the van, and I say to the guy, look, I'm escaping out of a cult, and she's the vice president of it. Can you help me? And the guy goes like this. It's such a classic movie line. He goes like this, you want to ride or not?
Oh my gosh. No way. That's
True.
insane.
Dude. And so then I went to Chicago. I had to change planes. They had my husband there. And he was like, Tori, what are you doing? We've got to go on vacation. And I knew I'd been on the darker side of things. So I knew vacation for them meant lock you up in a cabin and God knows what they were going to do.
Oh my god.
And I just thought, no way, no.
Wow.
And so
They'll
then
send you on vacation?
he said, we got to go on vacation.
Oh my god.
He didn't know what vacation meant.
Right.
So then they all showed up, their secret police. And I said, what the hell are they doing here? And he said, they're just, Tori, just read the stuff that they brought you. And it's all about how bad these people were that I was going to see.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I know, it's happy.
Wow.
It's,
That is so crazy.
I know, and I knew from going there for years,
Mhm.
they only drove to Tampa Airport till midnight. And my plane landed at 1:45 in the morning, so I thought, okay, I'm safe.
Yeah.
And wrong, I got off, there they were, a whole mob of them, the police, and my new 3 friends that I thought were these evil, horrible people the day before.
Yeah.
And the police were like, stand back, she has to decide.
Oh my
True
god.
story, I know. I know, it's unbelievable.
Wow.
So my friend came up to me and said, Tori, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And she said, look, and I'd been writing David Miscavige for 7 years saying this, I'm way at the top and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I want to get off.
Yeah.
And he would never answer, he'd just say, okay, continue, and take my money, of course,
Of
because it's all
course.
about money.
Yeah.
And so she says, I'm best friends with David Miscavige and I can get him a message tonight, whatever you want to tell him. And I said, really, Penny? Whatever I want to tell him, I could tell him tonight? And she goes, absolutely. And I said, okay, here's the message I want you to give him tonight. I picked them.
Oh
You know?
my gosh, yes. Good
Amazing.
for you. Holy, what a story.
I know, isn't it?
That is
Wow. Glad that you are out and alive and all is well.
I know, I'm going to give you a card because this has
Yeah,
all
please.
kinds of information on,
Yeah, totally.
if I can get my purse out.
Wow, that's so awesome. Thank you for sharing your story with
Huh?
us.
Yeah, geez.
What'd you say?
Thank you for sharing your story with us.
Sure.
It's a very wild
Can
place.
I park here? Are
Can-
you allowed to park here? Or no?
Yeah, that's part.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because I'm
And
parked illegally, so I'm just worried that
Xenu.net has all
Scientology's
kinds.
gonna tow my car.
First
They
of all,
get
that's the
tickets over here.
That's
They
the
get
top
tickets
secret
there?
stuff
Yeah,
they
'cause
don't
that's,
want you to know.
This stuff.
Permanent parking.
Yeah, the
Oh,
red
they
one.
don't tow?
Okay.
And then
Okay.
ToryMagoo
I should be
44
good
is
for
my
like 10
YouTube
minutes.
site.
Okay.
And it's mainly
Probably
under
better,
live.
not.
Live.
Maybe
Yeah.
Okay, you do lives?
Okay.
Yeah, this is
Very
live
cool.
right
Oh,
now.
awesome.
Everything I've said has been
Oh,
live.
cool.
Oh, very cool. Okay, we're gonna check this out.
Yeah, totally.
Wow, thank you so much.
And I'm on TikTok, same thing.
Oh my
ToryMagoo 44. Yeah.
gosh, you've
I
come
know.
a long way from making fake Instagram accounts.
I know.
Web accounts.
I know.
Oh my gosh, wow. Well,
And-
thank you.
Thank you for
You're
sharing.
welcome. What are your names?
I'm Andrew.
I'm Emma.
Oh, nice. I love
Yeah.
both of those names.
Oh, thank you.
Andrew helped me do the live streaming. He was the first person.
Oh
Was
my
that right?
gosh.
Yeah, because he said, Tori, I want you to go on TikTok. And I said, Andrew, you know I don't do TikTok. And he said, type in Jessica Palmadessa.
Yeah.
And I did.
Yeah.
And it was like, I laughed my ass off. She
Wow.
was right up there on Hollywood and Highland
Yeah.
Wow.
by the testing center. And that's where they get all the young kids. And she was there making fun. And
Really?
she's
Oh,
really
really?
funny.
That's great.
And then another guy named Will is
Yeah.
a big black guy who has Streets LA is his nickname online,
Yeah.
or Film the Police LA.
Okay.
And he's
Okay.
really famous on TikTok.
I'll
Right.
have to check
Will.
those guys out. Will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Streets LA, everybody knows him by
Yeah.
Streets
Streets
Right.
LA. Well, thank
But
you
both
very
of those
much.
guys.
Yeah, thanks for sharing.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I
thank
should get
you.
going before they take my
Yeah,
car
don't
away.
tell her.
Scientology.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Can you take a photo of me
Yeah. Yeah.
with the place I will never go inside of?
No.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Yep.
She's there.
Yep.
Here.
She's there.
You guys are from Canada.
Of
That's so
course.
amazing.
Yeah.
And my
Yes.
moderator's from Canada.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of documentaries on it, and I mean, it's just so ridiculous.
hard to
us,
believe,
right?
isn't
Yeah,
it?
It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy, and it's crazy. Where I was just looking at how many like buildings they own, and like how much wealth they have, but they only have like what 50,000 members.
Well, that's the thing.
On
They're
paper.
losing members like mad
It's like,
because
how
of
do
the
they have
internet.
So much wealth.
See,
Yeah.
before the internet, we could never find out all this stuff that I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So the internet, Anonymous showed up in 2008 and
Yeah.
they said, you know, Scientology is basically screwed because
Yeah.
of the internet.
Wow.
And they're right.
yeah.
They were really
Yeah.
right.
People have access to stuff.
All the
Yeah.
stuff.
Wow.
That's right. They
Very
can't.
cool.
They used to be able to shut it down because like I'm declared suppressive. So it's a high crime for you to talk to me in
Right.
their world.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, so
Oh, we're
like
on the
my husband
blacklist.
hasn't talked to me in 25 years, and none of my old friends.
Wow.
They can't. They could hear this, but they first of all, they never can hear this because they can't watch the internet.
Right.
But if they happen to hear it, they would go, "Oh, that's Tori. She's an SP. Don't talk to her."
Wow.
Gosh.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, it's very high control.
Yeah, totally. I mean, yeah, clearly. Thank you so much.
Thanks
You're
for sharing.
welcome.
We're
I'm
gonna
glad.
check you
Okay,
out
cool.
online.
Yeah,
and
check
on
me out.
TikTok.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
subscribe.
Yes.
They
We'll
hate
subscribe.
subscriptions going
Okay.
out.
Okay. We'll subscribe.
So if
We
you,
will subscribe.
yeah,
I promise.
subscribe. That's the best thing you can do.
Great.
Thank you so much. Well, yeah, we should go before.
Yeah.
All right,
Carmen's
well, have
here.
a fun night.
Thank you very
Thank you so much.
much.
Nice
Great
to
to
meet you.
meet you.
Sure.
Sherry. Thank
All
you
right,
so
bye.
much.
Have a good night and keep doing what you're doing.
I gotta go back and see. Going with Andrew. Go, Andrew.
Go, Andrew.
Woo.
Andrew.
Okay, so Peter,
Okay,
you
we're
guys
good.
have your these.
Yeah,
Hi,
thank
for
you.
goodbye. Okay, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, Kelly. Instead of helping the homeless, they help create the homeless. That's true, by driving up real estate prices, making many homeless. Yeah, buying their buildings with public donations. It's true. Osa, are you subbed? That's right. You gotta subscribe. So you could stay at OT3 and still be good. Oh, that's how they get you into by paying more. Yeah, you can. No, and because the OT3 doesn't work. Remember, I had 5 minutes more and I would have been dead. That's what the doctors said. Because I stopped taking my medicine after I finished OT3 and started having multiple grand mal seizures. It's called status epilepticus. And I had so many seizures, they said 5 more minutes and you would have been dead. So that's how they keep you going. It's like, well, you're still having seizures, so you need to do OT4, you need to do OT5, you need to do OT6, you need to do OT7. And that's why all the OT8s are so screwed up. In case you're listening, if you're an OT8, that's why. You're not alone being screwed up. Every OT8 I know, just about, there's maybe 2 or 3 that I know that are, they think they had big wigs on it, and maybe they did, whatever. But I gotta tell you, my partner in crime, he gets up really early in the morning, like 5 in the morning, and works all day, and then did some other stuff, and then came and helped me at my house. So he's tired. So I said, don't worry about it. You can. Usually he takes a nap at my house before we go protest. He crashes on the couch. But I said, nah, because we had to fix. We were trying that lighting thing. You saw that if you watched the test thing. So we were trying to fix up the lighting. So he didn't get to take his nap. So I said, don't worry, you can nap once we get to the complex. And here. You're Sea Org. Hey, come say something. Here he goes. Walks right on by. Walk on by. These guys are really brainwashed. So you could stay at OT3 and still be good. No, not really. I mean, you could think you are, but they're going to constantly keep pounding you. And even when you're OT8, then they want more donations for IOS because they're doing so much to help the planet, as you can see by how wonderful our planet is doing. It's in such great shape, and that's from Scientology. You can count on that. Scientology, you're so FOS. L. Rob Hubbard, that's correct. The magical mermaid, thank you. And they're paying more to do that, yeah. OT keep paying. That's right. Are you an ex-Scientologist, Kelly asked. No, ex-Jehovah's Witness, but that's an ex-cult member. You know cults, because I know from helping Jehovah's Witnesses get out. It's very similar. But at least those people are human in comparison, yeah. I know, the cult expert said the 2 worst ones are the Moonies and Scientology because they build traps in your head so you can't talk. Scientology is a breed all of its own. That is correct, Kelly. Support God's chosen people in Israel at all costs. We will bring heaven on earth. All right. Okay, well, King Alfred, here you go. My brother's mother of his child is from Israel. And I just wrote him today to say, I want to make sure your whole family and her family are good. Hey, there he is. A couple more Sea Org guys walked by and said, you're Sea Org, I know it. Come on by and say something. And they power on by. I know. It's so funny. But I had a nice talk with these people.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
They really appreciated it because they had heard, and this happens a lot, I found. A lot of people have watched like Leah's and Mike's shows, and they're awful, obviously, but they're really great, you know, and they are factual. It's just people can't believe it, that
Yeah.
could possibly happen with Tom Cruise and John Travolta in the same group.
Right.
You know, and it's like
Right.
they are. It is. And so I come around and start talking to them, and they're like, I'm so happy I talked to you. Because it's a real person that was in it for 30 years.
Right.
And
right.
did
yeah,
all...
I saw they were walking like here, and then you said something, and then they.
I said I was...
kinda-
Well, first I said, do you want me to take a picture of you? Because
Yeah.
I love to do that. Because
Yeah.
it is a great shot with the Scientology thing.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. And so, you know, it's kind of a touristy trap kind of thing. And then I always get to talk to them. And I say, yeah, I was in it for 30 years. And they go, 30 years? And I go, well, remember, the internet wasn't around when I'm talking about. So we had no access to, all the stuff you and everybody else knows.
Yeah.
We knew nothing.
You know what would be a great troll if we could get permission from the city of Los Angeles to do a Scientology Walk of Fame, stars in the sidewalk, and you could have like Mark Bunker, ToryMagoo, Arnie Lerma,
They
and just
would
think about
nev-
it. It's a public
I know.
sidewalk,
Yeah.
and conceptually we could almost make that happen. I know it would probably never happen, but conceptually it could happen because it's a public sidewalk.
I know. But it's just like I said to what's his name, DOA or whatever it was.
DOA?
When he was setting up that whole encampment. And I said, believe me, if this lasts a week, it'll be too long for them.
Yeah.
I know them.
Yeah.
It's just like, no.
Yeah.
And the church, I think that the city is kind of like, do we really want to take on this fight?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you can't put stars. And then plus, their argument will be, then you're going to end up having stars all over LA. And this isn't the Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
It is for us, for the people that used to be in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not really like how it was set up. I already showed him. I said, my partner in crime.
Oh. What time does graduation take place?
I think it ends at 9, I think.
Yeah.
See, here comes a girl with flowers. She's probably a Scientologist. She probably finished something. Maybe. Ooh, love from Dublin. Oh, thank you, Jay. That's so nice. Oh, I love Dublin. Wow, you look maybe 50 at max. I know, 79. 78 going on 79. In June, I'll be 79. Excuse me. You guys aren't Scientologists, are you? Ooh. Fussy. I guess they are. She was very snippy. And offended that I asked her. That's always. Hello. Recently I saw something, FBC 123 me. Okay. Recently I saw something on my doorknob on my front door. It was a book on the way to happiness. Does that mean that I'm on Scientology's radar? All I ever did was watch your videos. No, it doesn't mean that you're on their radar at all. It just means they're blanketing your area with Way to Happiness. They pick different areas and just put them all over like they did with your house. Doesn't mean they know anything about you. And don't mention it again. That's your best way, because they can't track you down. Okay, Rosie O'Donnell, that is Quebec. And yay, Canada. I know, that was fun seeing those Canadians, Kelly. Hi, Thompson. Oh. I think it's 00, or is it 00? To be Saint Life Homestead. Wow. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, the Saint Life Homestead. Okay. Not sure what that means. Hi, Thompson. Even keeping one person away from there is a big thing. That's what got me speaking out. I thought if I can keep one person from getting suckered into this insanity, it's worth all the fair game they give me. And that's for you also. But believe me on this, and you know it. You do some more shit on me, and I will make a video about it that night or the next day. That's what I started doing, and I reported to the police. So, protection. Mind control, absolutely mind control. Hey, Moose on the Loose, hi. how are you? Thank you for your little thing. Cute. Hey, moose. A moose on the loose. Okay, Mary Marin. Hi, Mary Marin. We were just talking about you last night, Spanky and I. 'Cause I forgot you were married to Artie Marin. I can't believe I forgot that, but I did. Hey, hey. You guys aren't Scientologists, are you?
We are not.
Good. Don't ever be.
I take it you're not either.
I was for 30 years.
Whoa!
Escaped out.
You made it out. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
But they're after the African American community. That's why I'm asking you. All right, Mary Marin. That's cool. How's Artie doing? I'm Artie Marin. Is he still good? Is he still in the church? Is he alive? I never know. With Scientologists, they die all the time. Hi, Kelly and chat. Hi, Moose and the Loose. Now these guys look like they just came from somewhere. Can I ask you guys something? You're not in Scientology, are you?
No.
Good. Don't be. Good. I love the way these people say no. They're really definite. Hi, Kelly, Ontario, Canada here. Ooh. Are you Mary Marin that was married to Artie Marin? Are you the same Mary? Marie? Because it looks like it's Marie Marin. That might not be Mary Marin. I'm not sure. Love that, Marie. Yeah, that's nice that you're in Canada. The vulnerable are preyed on in many ways. It's true. Tori, you have great insight. Thank you for what you're doing. I'm from Reese's channel. Oh, okay. Hi, Charlene. Thank you. Thank you for coming by, and I hope you subscribe. You know, whether you come hear me or not, it really helps having the subscriptions up. Ooh, I hate that these people drive so fast. In LA, it's gotten really out of control. And Maritime. Hey, hey, Polo. That's what your t-shirt says. They use the innocent. Yeah. They look for the new drone each day. True. But luckily, they're way less successful on getting people in. Does Scientology have their own songs? Yeah, they do, and they're awful. We stand tall. They don't. That's why they have to keep saying it over and over. They have a few of them, not many. Hit the like button if you haven't. Thank you. Girl Dad, cocking up. I can't read that whole thing, but anyway, good idea. We stand tall, yep. We made a whole video of it on one of my parties that I had years ago, where we all sang the different songs. It was so funny. We were laughing our asses off. Flag is here. Thank you, JB808. Thank you for listening. Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you for listening. That's right. That was one that we were really laughing about. I can't think of that one in my head. Yeah, it's thank you for listening. Dun, 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 dun. You know. And, of course, they have the jive aces, which are these really dorky guys that dance around and sing. It's embarrassing. It was embarrassing to us when we were in. It was like, good grief. Music has always been used as a tool for fellowships, not just religion. Okay. No doubt, Kelly. Kelly, consider yourself lucky. Yeah. The web is 60% imaginary. Well, okay. Such an impactful story. So happy Tory gets to live life outside the scary control. Me too. Yeah, it's been a good life. It's been good. I've met so many wonderful people around the world. Ortega last reported 20,000 members. Yeah, I think that's around right. That's what we always say, 20, 25, around there. Still going strong, Tory. Thank you for keeping the movement of exposing Scientology going. You rock. Thank you, Zinnias. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm working on it. JB808 is helping me with it, as is Kelly. Awesome job, per usual, Tory. Thank you. Popped into the show to show some love and support. Thank you, Haggis Basher. Great Scott. I love that. I think my grandparents used to say that. Peter. He's strolling along. So is anything happening?
It's the cafe scene.
But are they mostly staff or public?
It's mostly staff. There's, I guess, public. I'm not really.
They don't have many public here anymore.
Yeah.
They have them dress up as public.
There's some people were taking pictures with their certificates, and they have they have that little mini stage there, right?
Oh, they've got that set up?
That they've got like a little mini stage where it's usually musicians. Well,
Right.
tonight it's Irish step dancers.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
That's nice.
But they dance for about 60 seconds and then they stop. I did
Did they see you and leave?
Well, no, the performers don't leave. So what goes on is there's some Scientology. I don't want to interfere.
No, go on.
That they don't know me or us, or they're clueless, and they're staff, right? And so they'll walk up and they're doing, they think I'm maybe, I don't know, like a prospect or something. So they'll say, "Hi, what's your name?" And, like, I've gotten 2 handshakes tonight.
Wow. Wow.
And then that guard, I forget, do we know the guard's name? The tall string bean, the tall drink of water?
I know who you mean, though.
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
Yeah. But he's always right there. And it's these people, these are just, social, like, greetings, right? You're on the sidewalk with someone, you say hello, right?
Well, they usually do. They don't usually in the Sea Org.
And they're like, they don't know who I am. They say, "Hi, what's your name?" And then, so they've got like an upbeat smile on their face. And then he comes up and he says his 1 or 2 words. I don't know what it is. And then they just go,
You gotta go.
they just shrink and walk off.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
I told him he's off policy. I said, "I know you're doing what you're told, but you're off policy. And I want to talk to your supervisor."
Hi, Ozzy O.
There he is.
Here he is? Where?
My bête noire.
Huh?
Where
is he?
He's over there on his bicycle. Over there on his bicycle.
I don't see him.
Looks like,
Let me check this. Hey, Haggis.
oh man, Drew's really serious. He's doing the back seat.
Ah, well, he's tired. He's been up since 5 in the morning.
Doing the back seat.
Edward. Hey, Marie.
Doing the back seat.
Hi, so cute. Thanks, Edward. I like your hearts, Ozzy O. Is it Ozzy O or Ozzy I-O? Not sure. Hi, Prague, JB Kelly. All right. From Hagabasher. Her nickname is Hagabasher Great Scott.
Oh, wow.
Remember that Great Scott?
Yeah,
When
where
I
did
was a
that
little
come
kid,
from?
they used to always say that, Great Scott.
Yeah,
And it was like
I
a-
oh my God.
Yeah, oh my God. The conversation was great, Tori, as usual. Oh, the conversation with those people. Yeah, I know it. It always helps people to hear somebody who really went through it. You can sleep anywhere. He can. He really does. He clonks out, man. He can come over to my house and he goes, "Hi, Tori, how you doing?" He lays down on the couch and he's out. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody be able to do that. Excuse me. Are you Scientologists? That's why you can't talk?
No, we're not.
What did you say?
No, we're not.
Good. Stop acting like one. That's what I feel like saying. See, to me, if somebody said, "Are you a Scientologist?" I'd stop and say, "Why are you asking me that? You know, do I look like one?" That's what this guy did. That when I first started this, I was at Bob's Big Boy, and I knew Scientology sent plants out to listen to SPs when they ate. So now I'm with some friends. We're at a 4-table place, and one guy sits right next to us in a 2-table seat. And I thought, it's Osa. God damn it.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to live my life like that. No. And so I got up and I went over to him and I said, "Excuse me, can I ask you a question?" And he goes, "Yeah, sure. What's up?" And I said, "Are you a Scientologist?" And he goes, "God, no. Do I look like one?" So from then on, I do that all the time. If there's a car on my street that I think is fishy, I go over and I say, "Could I ask you a personal question?" And they always say, "Yeah, sure, what?" And I say, "Do you have anything to do with the Church of Scientology International or any of their front groups?" And they always say, "No, I work for AT&T, you know, or whatever." You know, they're very definite about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a phony. I would know the difference. Do. What is that?
I used to get that at my house.
Laughing my butt off at your your buddy taking a nap. I know Moose on the loose, but he works. He gets up at 5 in the morning and works all day. He's a hard-working guy. So he normally comes to my house before we protest and takes a nap on my couch. But we had to try to fix. We were trying to fix the lighting because you know Have you ever watched my videos?
Yeah.
And they're all black.
Yeah.
You know, behind me. So we're trying to find a space in my house where it's got good lighting. And I really don't own that many lamps, so I have to go buy some.
Okay.
You might know how to do it.
Yeah, I can help
'Cause
you with that.
Yeah, if you could help me, because...
Hi,
Don't worry,
how you
we
doing?
won't bite you. It's okay, you can drive by. It's okay. You can go by. Have a good night and have a good weekend. That was extreme. To have an SP say, to have him stop. "Scientologist, you can leave tonight. I can take you somewhere that'll help you." These are volunteer ministers. Boy, they're out tonight. But that was extreme. Because he started to come by. Just so you guys know, this guy came by with a wheelchair. He stopped about, 15 feet from us?
Yeah.
And I knew he was a Scientologist. I picked it up and I said, "That's okay. You can come by us. We won't say anything confidential." And so then he walks by us. It's like so amazing that they're that brainwashed. It's like, right.
And then as he walked by, he
Yeah, he had to
the
look
other
that way. Yeah, he had to
Yeah.
look that way. Yeah, he had to. Laughing my butt off. Yeah, I know. Diana.
Hi. How are you doing tonight?
Diane Magoo.
Come sit with us.
I don't know.
We got a couple questions for you.
Diane Magoo.
Communicate.
You have to get it within
She
the first
walked-
sentence.
She walked
I know.
in the gutter.
I know, but you have to get it within the first sentence.
Oh, because
that-
she didn't want. She thought she'd be on the camera.
it's just they can't hear it.
So
Or they're
actually,
gonna have
she was on the camera. She was trying to avoid being on the camera by going in the gutter because she thought the camera would be doing
but
there,
yeah,
and then she
but-
put herself on the camera.
See, we're not filming you. You're goofing up. You guys, you just let them walk by, for God's sake.
Yeah. Oh, son.
Like and subscribe. Thank you, Yadira. How did you protest go, Haggis? I couldn't stay for the whole thing. Yeah, how did it go? Hey, Yadira. Ophelia, good to see you. Tori, I love the purple in your hair. Thank you. Yeah, they just did it this last week. So he redid it. It was over an hour, Kelly. We made an impression we needed to. Good. Good. Can you tell us where you protested? You don't have to if you don't want, but that's awesome, Haggis. It really is. Chatters and lurkers, like, subscribe, chat, share, set notifications to all. Good thinking. That's Professor Kakan. Good thinking. Philip Seymour Hoffman passed a year after playing L. Ron Hubbard. Wow, in the Master movie. I always thought it was suspicious. Isn't that interesting? I didn't know that. Did you know that?
I didn't know he died.
Wow,
so
I didn't
soon
either.
After that.
I didn't either, but it makes sense.
That was a good movie.
I didn't like it at all.
Oops.
It's okay. A lot of people liked it, but a lot of people didn't like it. It was like very mixed. Okay, Hagabasher, great Scott. It is not a busy org, Kelly, considering it was supposed to be special St. Hill event today. At England? Were you in England? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, Yadira, hey, Professor.
Be right back.
Hard pressed to find a busy org anywhere, I think. Yeah, that's very true. I met a few members of Scientology. They were nice and successful people, but I'm not going to join the crew. Good thinking. That's always one of their traps. It's part of the trap. Hey, join so-and-so. Look how successful they are. You could be too. Danny Simpak. Hi, guys. Hi, Tori. Hi, Danny. I wish you'd come down here sometime. Okay. Suspicious. What's up, Danny? Oh my God, Tori's on Roar of Paradise. Roar of Praise. Wow, nice. That's nice. Hi, Danny. Say no to cults. Good plan. Good plan. The best thing is to educate them, because if you just say no to cults, most people don't know what a cult is. They don't really know what it is. But if you start telling them, if you play back and listen to what I talk to these people about and what happened with me, they'll never join. Never. Because it's facts. You know what I mean? It's education. I guess I wish they would just leave them alone. I don't understand why they want to hurt all these amazing people. They don't. I can say that from being inside. The majority of Scientologists don't want to hurt anybody. In fact, they want to help people. That's why they're here, because they believe they're helping mankind by being part of Scientology. So why do the executives want to hurt them? I'm sure they have some twisted, weird justification for it. And Miscavige, I'm not going to stand up for you on that one, man. Because you intentionally screw people up. And that's just like any abusive bully. Why are any of them bullies? Why does DT do what he does? Because I think they have mental problems. They do. I mean, if he isn't a narcissist, I don't know who is. Hi, Tori. Standing love from down under. Oh, sending love. Oh, thank you, Ozzy. Is it Ozzy exclamation mark? Oh, is that it? Do you welcome people to come and sit with you? Sure. All the time. I tell people, come on down. Scientology could give a crap about us in the live chat. They care about the Tories and Anon's, Tony Ortega's streets, bunker. That's not true. 49ers for life, you're wrong on that. Because it is people in these chats that keep Mark Bunker, Tony Ortega, ToryMagoo, Streets LA, all of us, it's all because of people like you. So it's a team effort. It's like someone saying, oh, nobody cares about the team, they just care about the quarterback. Well, my dad was a quarterback on a professional football team. And he taught me, it's about the team. And you've got to continue and recognize that it is the team. It's not me, even though I'm Tory-Christman and I'm a famous quarterback, but it doesn't mean shit without the rest of the team. And that's the same here. It is. We may be the name that people know more than someone else, but that doesn't mean we're not, you guys aren't important. You're very, very important. You've saved my life many times. Many, many people online have saved my life. I promise you. And I have some friends that used to be in Scientology, left, and they're like, why do you even talk to these people? You don't even know them. And I go, I know them. I know them more than I know you. And I've known you since 1970. Hey, hey.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Have a nice weekend. Hi, Tori. Great to see you. Thank you. So to me, it's very important because honestly, for years, I didn't really have, I lost all my friends in Scientology. So my friends have been you guys. And it's like, you are very, very important to me. I mean, more than you'll ever know. And I've said that many, many times. You'll never know how much you've meant to me. And individuals who have helped me all through this, from 2000 on. There's specific people that have done specific things that are just, they're incredible. Like, that the one guy, he's now passed away, but he got my dad's football cards. We didn't even know my dad had football cards. Hi. We didn't even know he had football cards. But this friend, ex-Scientologist, went online, found him. I mean, he didn't go online. He went to a sports store and found them and sent them to me. He mailed them to me. It was a whole box of cards. And a bunch of them were all kinds of famous football players, and about 4 of them were my dad's. 2 for being a quarterback, and 1 for being a broadcaster, and 1 for playing for the Green Bay Packers, which he did for 1 year. Hi, Gen X. Mafiosa. All right. Great to see you, too. And Aloha JB808 says, Moose! Tiano. All right. Respect. Keep up the good fight. Thank you, Gen X. All right. Yeah, we're probably going to take off a little bit if we can wake up Drew. Oh, he's going to be mad at me that I put him on video, but it was very cute. I mean, if you knew how hard the guy works, he's an amazing, really talented guy. Still hoping for a Spanky Jesse Prince and Magoo collaboration. Yeah, I hear you. I've talked to Jesse, and Jesse's like, Tori, I'm really done. I'm not doing it anymore. But you can type in Jesse Prince, and he has videos that are fantastic. So I highly recommend it. If you're really interested in Scientology, type in Jesse Prince, because his videos are fantastic to hear. Spanky, I do think, will do a video with us, but I think it's going to be maybe more like the spring. And she's kind of busy right now. All right, so there you go. But yeah, I'd love to have those 3. That would be fun. We're all all in the fight together. That's very true. And it's like, just think of, even if you think of, you think of a play. If the people were up doing the play and there was no audience, they might do one night, but that'd be it. It'd be like, nobody cares about this, let's go. So it's like people, that's why I've said since 2000, every voice counts. Because I knew in 2000 there were these big names that were like really big names. And it was like, I was a nobody. I was somebody who escaped out, but not really well known. But I started saying every voice counts, every voice, and it does. Here's Peter. What happened now?
No, nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing. It just was.
They're closing up shop?
It's starting to. It's starting
Wind
to
down.
wind down a little
Yeah.
bit there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think the Irish step dancers are Scientologists.
No. We're all in the fight together. That's true. Okay. We are their SPs. Not just the names that people know. We're a collective. That's right. That's right. That's why, all these windows that are shut down. Here, look. See, every window is shut down. That is specifically started with Jessica Palmadessa and Will, Streets LA. Because Streets said, I don't care about getting these people out, but I'm going to shut them down. And man, he has. It's been over a year. Good job, really. Those two, because of course Scientology then canceled their TikTok sites, and they had, I think, 25 million subscribers or something. They had a ton, and Scientology ended up getting them canceled. And that's what brought a whole lot of people here. And those whole lot of people can still come by and protest on Friday nights. Hey, New York. We are there, SPs. Okay. Power Lives to Paralyze. Yeah, hi. Love seeing you. Thank you for coming by. Have you spoken to the Rizzler about Scientology? I don't know who the Rizzler is. I don't know, and I don't know if you're talking to me. Oh, my bad. LOL. Thought you were a Scientologist. Me? You thought I was a Scientologist? I was a Scientologist for 30 years. And then I woke up in 2000 in July, and I escaped out. And I was just going to leave. That's all. I wasn't going to escape. I was going to leave. Because kids on TikTok say, well, why do you say escape? And I go, because they chased me across the country. That's why. Hey, you guys, don't ever join this. They're after young people like you. I was in it for 30 years, so I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm
Come,
glad you're
I
okay.
trained John Travolta.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're after young people, and they're after especially people who speak 2 languages.
Yeah.
So
That's great.
don't let them rope you in. Because it's really a bad, I was in it 30 years before I finally realized this is awful. So
Glad you're safe now. Have a good night.
have a good weekend. And tell your friends.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. It amazes me that with the wealth of knowledge at everyone's fingertips these days, how people can still get drawn in. The fight never stops. Well, what I tell people, if you heard me earlier, they're really good at that. That is one of their expertise things, is suckering people in. And they find your button and they go, well, you know what, we could help you with that. And most people are like, really? And they go, oh yeah. I would love to meet Jesse Prince one day. He's a rock star. He is a rock star, moves on the loose. And he would love to meet you. Hey, don't ever join this.
Yeah, we won't. No worries.
All right, good. I was in it for 30 years, so I make sure people don't do it. She looks at me like, are you insane? Yep. But there wasn't an internet when I was in. One lady looked at me like, are you crazy? I'm about halfway through Jesse's book. Yeah, that's a good one. It's really good. Question. Did you say Mary Marin is in the chat? I saw her on Janice's chat. Had not seen her in 50 years. Yeah, I don't think it's Mary Marin. I think it's Marie Marin. That's why I asked her. I said, were you Mary Marin that was married to Artie Marin? And she never answered. So I don't think it's the same one. I think it's someone that has a similar name. And Janice, yeah, that was Mary Marin. And that's at peelingtheonions.com. And that's with Janice Gillum Grady, who is the daughter of Yvonne Jentz, who used to run Celebrity Center until she passed away. She did. Oh, did she answer? Okay, good. And she said no. Okay, so it wasn't Mary Marin. All right, but we can go over to Janice's and Mark's and hear their interviews. It's probably down a little bit because it was, I think, a week or two ago that they did it with Mary Marin. But anyway, that's good. Thank you, Kelly, for letting me know that. How long have you lived here in Florida? I don't know who you're talking to, but I don't live in Florida. I live in LA. And I've been here since 1969. So we've been on for almost an hour and a half, so I think I'm going to end off. Do you think you could wake up, Drew, or not? Because I think it's time.
Okay.
We've been here an hour and a half.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I could go either way, stay or go, you know.
Well, we can stay.
I mean,
Let's stay a little longer. We'll stay a little longer. Because you guys are all here. You're our party. Here, Peter can tell you his story.
my story?
Yeah.
Okay. What is my story?
know.
My
I don't know.
Scientology
Yeah.
story?
Yeah.
Well, you know it. I've
I
told it
know,
to
but
you
you haven't told it to
a
them.
million times.
You haven't told it to them.
So, well, I mean, it's kind of a long story.
Do the short.
Okay, so, I actually should go down, look at a calendar and but because I don't really remember. Was I 19?
Don't worry. You don't have.
20,
no, we're not going to fact check you on it.
21
Just
when I
around
got
that
into
age,
it. I developed an interest in Scientology. I had read Dianetics, the Modern Science of Mental Health.
Which couldn't be farther from that.
And it seemed like a good idea. And so I read it and I thought I want to do that. But here, let me just kind of say this. The interesting thing about, I guess, maybe my personality or maybe some people who are attracted to science. So get this, like I said, I was 19 or whatever when I joined Scientology. But get this. So I'd always been an avid reader of the Los Angeles Times throughout my life, starting at age 12 or whatever. And so every few years there would be an expose on Scientology. And I, as a kid, a teenager, and a young adult, I'll go on the record here. I was, I kind of ran the streets. I liked, I didn't always obey the law. I often. Anyway, so I liked the adrenaline of. Anyway, whatever. There was something wrong with me, I guess. But
No, that's a regular thing
Yeah.
for that age.
right. So anyway, I'd read these articles, and I remember reading the article that articulated it was when
Was it the Time magazine?
Well, no. I remember anyway. It was the FBI raid on Scientology, and these people went to jail, and so it got all into the Guardian's office, and
Which no longer exists.
and so here's how, like I kind of, even before I was like, God, I'd kind of like to do that. You get to sneak around, infiltrate government offices, and I like the idea of sort of being a spy, and I thought, yeah, and I also, and then, a couple of years later, I had actually also read, or at least learned about the book. I forget if I think I checked the book out in the library and read it.
Dianetics.
No, I actually believe that I read Paulette Cooper's book. And if you're not familiar with that, it's a classic. It was like the first expose on Scientology. And I'm reading this book, so I read it. But the point I'm making is that when I joined Scientology, I already knew of these kind of like outpoints, these things and I thought, well, I kind of thought, well, I want to get this technology, I want to OT powers or whatever, and this bad stuff, that just like won't affect me, or maybe I'll just join in with it and I'll have some fun with it.
But also back then there was no internet.
Right.
So there was no real access to the quote unquote bad stuff that we now know.
Right.
So that it was a little different time, it was the hippies and music and Celebrity Center. It was a lot more fun.
I joined. I was never staff. I was public, and I did the communication course, the purification rundown, and then kind of from there I started. Getting into trouble, you might say. I was, I had kind of seen some problems, which I won't go into here just for the sake of time. But I was in the purification rundown. I don't know if you guys know what that is. At that time, it was $1,200, which I didn't have. I borrowed the money to go on the purification rundown. I pretty much hated the purification rundown.
Everyone.
And
except for Ivan Oberlinski.
So I was on the purification rundown. I don't know if you're familiar with any of this, but when you complete a Scientology course, or you are to have what's called an end phenomenon, and that's what means you're done with the thing. And I wasn't really like too clear on that concept. So I'm in this purification rundown, which is you're taking niacin, your skin's breaking out in rashes, you're sitting in this, then you'd run like a couple miles maybe.
And you're in the sauna for 5 hours.
Yeah, and so you're in this sauna, which I hated.
Right.
And I'm thinking, and that's when I really was kind of feeling trapped, because I actually had a concern for my I had learned enough and done enough to where I was concerned for my billion-year lifespan, right? I didn't want to ruin that, but I was like, and I actually had to kind of dig around, and I was like, how do you get off this thing? I was complaining to the staff, and they didn't tell you, well, you have to have your EP. They were kind of like, I guess you're supposed to figure it out, or you're just supposed to get rocketed into the fourth dimension, and then so I literally kind of was like sitting in this sauna day after day, and figured out, what, I just have to lie. I've got to lie to get out of here. Now I guess I wasn't strong enough or aware enough to just not come back the next day or something. Because again, I was worried about my eternal billion-year soul or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I actually figured out that I kind of had to lie. And I do remember they put me on the e-meter, and this is true. I've heard other people attest to this, but I could control the e-meter. I guess I was an accomplished liar, and I could make
I think most people could.
Yeah, I could make the e-meter float, and anyway.
Which is a needle phenomenon. When he says floating, that's a needle phenomenon.
So that's how I got off the purification rundown, and after that, I just kind of was like, I don't know what the word is. I guess I was itching to get out of there or something, or I was disaffected.
Yeah.
You
Kelly
know.
put your website up there, your YouTube site.
Oh, thank you, Kelly. But anyway, so, I was thinking, maybe what we'll do is maybe I'll pop over to Tory's one day and we'll do like a 2-hour where I'll kind of give you my whole story.
Yeah.
Because,
Or you can I can do it online.
yeah, I could do it from my house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I need an internet connection, a camera.
Oh, you don't have that?
I do. Yeah, I do. I have a pretty wimpy internet connection, so I'll have to look into that. But yeah. So,
Well, thank you. Yeah, everybody wants to hear your story.
okay. Well,
So,
we'll get that
do it.
set up.
We'll do it. Thank you. And Kelly put that up, and then she says she used to know your last name, but she's drawing a blank. Do you want to say your last name?
Yeah, let's not.
Okay.
Just the little.
You can just use him as Rowan. That
Rowan's
was his
good. ROAN.
ROAN.
you know.
Yeah. I'd love to hear your story. Peter says Moose on the Loose.
Okay.
So
well-
a few of them, Professor Kakan and Moose on the Loose.
Oh, cool. Well, nice to
And me
see you
too.
here.
Yeah. So
Nice to
thank
see
you
you
for
here.
giving us a start, and we'll have to set that up, Kelly, so we can interview Peter. Those look like good shoes.
They are.
They're
Yeah.
good hiking shoes.
Yeah, they are. They're
Yeah.
low tops.
Yeah. I don't know what low tops are.
Meaning they don't come up to here.
Oh.
So.
Rowan from OCMB. Yeah, that's the same one.
Yes.
Sieglin. Do you remember Sieglin? That's her name. Sieglin.
Well, she probably. Yes, that's me, Sieglin. But
She might have had a different name.
did you
then.
have a different?
Did you have a different
Did I?
name?
Did we know you?
Did we know you? Hi, Laura. We're just about ready to leave, and it's not because of you. So don't get introverted. We've been here for a while. And thank you for coming in to say hi. And it's getting pretty chilly. You have to wake Drew up.
Laura, is that our Laura?
Yeah, Laura FM. Yeah. That's her. See, it says
Laura
see,
Anderson.
look at, yeah, Laura Anderson is her name, and it says Laura Anderson Official.
Oh,
See,
okay.
that means it's her. I read so many of your posts. So Sieglin read some.
Oh.
Sieglin was in this, I think, in the Sea Org, right, Sieglin? I think you were in the Sea Org, or at least staff. I know that.
So turn it a little toward me. So Sieglin, along those lines, yeah, the thing with OCMB at one, like I can't even log on there anymore. At one point when Susan became the administrator, I think, so I haven't logged on there in years because my old login doesn't work. I don't know if do you ever get on there?
I haven't in a while, but
Yeah.
I go read OCMB. I read Xenu.net.
Yeah.
Because that's got all the information on it. OCMB was Operation Clambake
Message board.
message board. And it was all of us chatting and sharing stories. And I remember Mark Headley used to come on there as Blown for Good.
Yeah.
And I would say, this guy's from gold. I knew it because he knew
Yep.
so much shit. And he would never say anything. And then finally Anonymous showed up. And he was the first person to come up to
Yep.
me and say, my name is Blown for Good. I'm Mark Headley. And this is my wife, Claire. And the funny thing about them is Mark was at Gold, which is top secret. Nobody here knows where Gold even is located, right? It's top secret. And his wife was in RTC, which is the religious, what is it?
Technology.
Religious Technology
Center.
Center. And she was in RTC, which is above Gold. And she used to tell me, she'd say, oh yeah, we always look down on Mark. And I said, really? And she said, oh yeah, he was just at Gold. He was just like, doing music and TV and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
To them, that was nothing. They were running Scientology and the planet. Which is
Claire
much-
was?
Yeah. Well, she was part of RTC.
So that was before they got into a relationship then and
No,
got
they were
married.
in a relationship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
She
it was
would just say, "That's my husband. He's the,
yeah, he's a
low
gold.
tier stagehand
Yeah.
back there."
I read so many of your posts. Okay, so
Awesome.
comment from Professor Kakan. Skip Press says his late girlfriend also could float her needle anytime. Saw him on Jan's
That's
channel
awesome.
today. Okay, and Laura says, hi. Okay, I won't swing by then. Well, you could swing by
Come
if you
by.
want, if you're,
Come
if
by,
you're
we'll
in the
go.
mood.
We'll go grab a drink or something.
There you go. That's from Peter. I can't say that because I have to get Drew back to my house so he
Okay.
can go back home because
All right.
he has to get up early in the morning. In fact, actually, you should wake him up because
Okay.
he's got. I remember he's got something. He's got an appointment early in the
All right.
morning.
An appointment on a Saturday morning?
Yeah, it's something with his wife. Gold is by Hemet. That's right, and that's top secret.
How do you do that?
Her name was Laura Hippie, co-star of Logan's Run. Wow.
Tory wants
okay.
you. Tory,
Just that we better go, Drew.
we're thinking it's time to leave. Time to wrap this up.
Yeah. You got to get up early. Hi, Seed. Hey, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah. Man, it's getting cold out here. All right, so anyway, I'm going to say goodnight to you all. Thank you for coming by. Kelly, thank you for being a moderator. JB808, thank you for our thumbnails. Drew and I tried to make one, and Peter, but I don't think it really worked out.
Push this in.
But anyway, thank you.
Too technical for me.
And approximately how far is the drive to get to Blue for you, Tori? You don't have to divulge. No, I live in Burbank. This is in Hollywood. So it's about, half an hour. Not far. It just depends on the traffic. Have a good night, everybody. That's correct. Love you guys. And Monday night is another interview. So hopefully you guys will come. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for noticing. Never left. Just went on alert for a while. There you go. All right. Well, anyway, peace out. Love you guys. Thank you, JB808. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, all of you, for coming by.
What time do you start your shift?
Bye-bye.
What do you do? Do you show up in a yard?